Erik, you had 14 points in a career-high game against North Carolina, obviously fourth straight win for you guys. How big of an opportunity was that for you, knowing that you're a senior and you want to get out there on the court more often?
Oh, it was tremendous. I mean, it was just a great opportunity. We were prepping really hard, over the week, and I knew going into the game when my number is called, I was going to do as much as I can with the time that I was given. I felt fortunate that I got the opportunity that I did, and I just tried to help contribute.
What really stood out, I guess, in that matchup that allowed you to perform so well against a tough UNC team?
Well, they have a very specific system that they've been running, and especially with last year, I think as a team we had a great understanding of what that meant and how you could find success against a team like that with them being so good and having as much success. And just the confidence. It's my senior year. I've seen it so many times. It's, I think, maybe my 7th or 8th time playing against them. So I just knew what I was going into.
For you personally, after the game, what was it like? I mean, I know you made ESPN, and my timeline, I remember, was like every tweet had your name in it for a while. I mean, what has it been like since that game?
There's been a lot of reciprocation. I mean, it's been very different, I would say, from my previous experiences, and I've just been trying to help that to fuel my fire going into the next game so I can help just to be a senior leader again.
You heard from some people you hadn't heard from in a long time?
A lot of people from high school. Guys I didn't know that watch our games.
For either one of you, last year when you played North Carolina, it kind of set off the kind of season you guys had. You guys seem to make a switch to, the different kind of defense. You guys have been picking up play, but you kind of feel that same kind of energy, especially last week with the Syracuse game and then beating North Carolina.
Yeah, definitely. And we have confidence in our zone, so it gives us a lot of energy, and we know that we can stop people. It's just a matter of executing on offense. So I think it definitely gives us confidence, and we're getting better at it every game, and it's good now, and we know it can be even better, honestly. So that does give us a lot of confidence going forward. That our defense can win games.
Ryan, there can be, I guess, kind of a letdown or whatever when you play a game like you did at Syracuse, where you get them and you lose. What's the key, say, to bouncing back in that situation when you're going on? Was there any particular thing that you guys did, or how did you approach the next game?
Honestly, we approach the game the same way every time. It's the same. Game plan is different, but the approach is the same. We work hard, we practice. We have 2 games to prepare, watch video. But even the Syracuse game, honestly, even that game with a loss gave us confidence. We stayed in the game at Syracuse, number 2 team in the country, and we stayed in the game the entire time and really had control of the game to the last 4 minutes. So I think for us, it just showed us that we can still play with anybody. We just have to execute down the stretch, and that did carry into the North Carolina game.
Erik, can you talk about what you expect from FSU? Josh, a game last night, a lot of threes.
Actually, I didn't see it, but going off previous experiences, it's a rivalry game. The records, they don't matter. It's going to be physical. It always is. There's going to be a lot of energy in the crowd, and it's going to be a grinded-out game. It always has been, all 4 years being here. And it'll be a new test for some of our young guys because they're still getting used to the way the ACC works and how each team is so radically different. So it'll be another good test for us.
Yeah, Coach was talking about that every game is completely different. Like Syracuse, you have the zone, then you have North Carolina, now you have the defense of FSU. Can you talk about that, just how?
Like we said, with the preparation, it has to be the same in terms of your effort and consistency. There's slight detail changes, but the main thing is if you work hard, you can make good things happen out there on the court.
Erik, because the rivalry, just not in basketball, but is it different in the ACC with basketball? It seems like you have a rivalry against everyone, North Carolina, Duke, everybody.
Yeah, but it's different when it's in state because it's the pride of being the best team in Florida. That always, Coach L will always hit home about that, saying that there's a difference between having your rival in the conference, but then when you're representing your state, trying to get recruits, things like that, they want to feel that when they join this university, it's a powerhouse. So beating a team or playing against a team like FSU, that's huge for us.
Ryan, you talked about winning with defense. How difficult is it to sell that to players, particularly young players when they come in? Defense is mostly hard work and not a lot of glory. Does it take a while for that to sink in?
When you say if you don't play defense, you're not going to play, they buy into it pretty fast. So that's the first thing Coach L said. Basically, is if you're not here to play defense, you won't get on the court. I don't care how much you can score. So for them, that showed it set the standard right away that the only way you're going to get on the floor and the way we're going to win is defense. And it was just a matter of us figuring out which defense we were going to play. And we started out man, it wasn't working out too well. Coach L tried the zone. And he saw something, and we've been buying into that ever since. And like I said, we're getting better.
And when he says that, he means it.
Oh yeah, definitely, most definitely.
Ryan, I don't know if you were asked this earlier. Can you talk about Erik's game the other day? And you've been with him for several years now. Can you talk about what he brings to the team?
I actually told the guys right after the game that interviewed me that Erik's probably the hardest working person I've ever been around before in my life, and just seeing the work ethic that he puts in every day, his attitude towards practice, towards games, towards little things in the training room, it's just amazing that he can keep that up for 4 years. Especially as a freshman, I remember he did all the little things right, even when I didn't want to, just wanted to go home, just wanted to leave practice. Sometimes he even made me stay a little longer, go to the gym when I didn't want to. So definitely for him, he's I'll probably say the ultimate teammate, like the person you would want to be around, the best teammate I'll probably ever had in my life, probably ever will have.
Yeah, Erik, have you always been like that? Or is that something that just when you got to college, all of a sudden it sort of took in the work ethic that stuff?
Well, the first thing I was taught growing up is if you start something, you finish it. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. You still do the steps it takes to be successful. That was one of the earliest lessons I got from my parents, and that hit home with me. Growing up, going through travel ball and all that, I understood that the only way I was going to be successful is if I put work in, because I knew I had some God-given talents, but that's not everything. You have to put in the effort and you have to learn the details in order to have real success.
Erik, can you talk about your career so far here? I mean, what did you expect coming in, and do you feel like you can still prove a lot in your last year?
I know originally when I committed here, my idea was to come to a university where I wasn't the guy, where I knew if I got an opportunity, I had to earn it. It wasn't because of my past experiences. I would say throughout the 4 years, it's been an interesting, experience. Coach L gave me the opportunity to change positions, going from the 4 to the 3, and now pretty much I play both. Just depends on the matchups, and I'm very thankful for that. And as I progressed, it's been, like I said, there's been a lot of really good learning experiences, and especially with this past game, understanding that what it takes to be a senior leader in practice, in games, and just going into this final semester, I just want to continue to build and to grow and become a better adult.
What are you seeing, man? The way he's developing, man, the way LeCompte is developing. What do you see in his play?
Honestly, I just see him becoming a true point guard. I would definitely say he's pass first point guard. He's getting a lot better with his knowledge of the game. You know exactly what Coach L wants. And at the beginning of the season, Coach L showed a lot of confidence in him, obviously, by starting him, as a freshman. And he had a little trouble understanding a couple things. And then, it seemed like as soon as he took him out of the starting lineup, everything started clicking. So I don't know, maybe if he just needed to sit down and just kind of watch what was going on. But now he's playing great, and his play is honestly going to be one of the reasons why we're going to be good in the ACC.
You had that experience sitting out when you weren't starting in the past. Does that really give you an opportunity like that?
It actually does. I mean, if you're sitting down the first 5 minutes, and the game's not going too well, or you see what is going well, you can come in with a mindset, okay, this guy wasn't doing this that he should have been doing. I can do that. Or, they're playing really hard. I have to come in and keep that up. I can't come in and slack or not get back on defense like they were. So I think it just gives you a chance to kind of see the tone of the game, the speed of the game, and how you need to come in and play.
You guys surprised you're being known as a zone defense team considering the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, especially with Coach L, like you said, he hasn't played zone for like 30 years or something like that. So that is crazy that we played zone the entire game, and last year we went from playing man the entire game. So, you know, me and Erik are kind of used to that too. When Coach Hafer was here our freshman year, we played all zone also. So, and it was basically the exact same zone. So, you know, me and him are pretty good with it. But like I said, the younger guys we're getting better at it, and now we're starting to realize that it actually can win games.
How much man have you played in the last month or so? Almost
I think
none?
it was only one game. I think it was
LaSalle.
LaSalle. Yeah, LaSalle. We played man for about 2 or 3 minutes.
And that's it, huh?
And that
Wow.
was about it.
We do a little bit in practice, but
Yeah.
our bread and butter is our zone right now.
Why do you think this team the talent you have lends itself to a zone? What is it, you think?
Honestly, it's the athleticism and the length. I mean, especially with Davon starting now, you know, the top 3 guys in the zone are all 6'6", long arms. I mean, that's tough out there in the zone trying to pass or shoot over. And then you have guys like James and Donovan in the bag, rebound, you know, block shots. You know, Donovan doesn't look like an enforcer, but honestly he is, you know, and we have confidence in him. If somebody gets past us, then, you know, we're going to get the block. So, you know, that really helps. And then, of course, guys like Erik coming off the bench and Manu's quickness, Erik's strength. And, you know, we have a little different type of mentality when Manu comes in the game as far as the zone. But I think it's really working out well, and we're doing good.
No stitches?
No stitches, just some glue or something. I don't know.
You get a battle scar out of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Everybody sounds like a tough guy now, so
Hockey
guess I
player.
gotta uphold that.
The big sis.
Thank you.
There's another room for you and follow.